One of the major turnoffs for women is impatience. It indicates many red flags like neediness, a scarcity mindset, a lower value mindset. That's just such a turnoff to most women. However, on the flip side, when you are patient to women, it is a very, very attractive trait. And if you watch the rest of the video, I will explain exactly why it's such an attractive trait in detail. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? My name is Assam from dopelifecoaching.com, and today I'm going to be talking about patience and why women find it super attractive. Before you watch the rest of the video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button and you also subscribe below. Make sure you also turn on the bell notification so you get immediate notification right away when I release my new content. Now, patience with women when it comes to dating and relationships is attractive for many reasons. But let's cover the three main reasons why it's really attractive and go into detail. Reason number one, patience indicates non-neediness. When you're out with a woman and you're just giving off the vibe of a non-needy man, not necessarily about what you say, but more so about your approach. It just comes off that way authentically, because when you're actually non-needy and you have an active and fulfilling life that you're going after, your cup is full, so to speak. You don't need to chase her validation and approval to make your cup full. On the flip side, when a man is needy, he's just trying to lock her down into a commitment because, to be quite honest with you, his life sucks. And because it sucks so bad, he wants to get this woman to commit to him and just cling to her and make her settle for him because he doesn't really have that much going on in his life. And even if he does have a lot going on in his life, subconsciously, the woman who's dealing with him is going to pick up the fact that there's something off within him. Even if he has a really active life, if he's acting in such a way that's not patient, it's just a complete turnoff to her. Now, let me give you an example. If you and a woman are out on the first date and she asks you a question like, so what are you exactly looking for right now? And you tell her, I'm just putting myself out there and I'm seeing where it takes me. Maybe I meet the right person, maybe I form friendships, maybe I form connections. Let's just see. I'm not attached to anything in particular. And on the flip side, when that woman goes out with a man and he's just so infatuated by her, he's blowing up her phone, he's trying to get her to commit, he's trying to talk about all his accomplishments because he's so needy and he needs this woman's validation, it's just such a turnoff to most women. Most women get disgusted by those feelings and by those fake high status signals that man is trying to convey. It's just such a turnoff, and it just makes them feel completely unattracted to this particular man because he's showing them that he doesn't validate himself. And because he doesn't validate himself, he's trying to get the woman to validate him. And in his mind, he thinks that's gonna make him look more attractive by bragging about his accomplishments and by being needy. He's bragging about his accomplishments because he needs validation from these women to feel confident and secure within himself. But on the flip side, when a man is patient and he's taking his time, he's telling women that he's not necessarily looking for a commitment, but it could happen. He's not necessarily blowing up these women's phones, even though he really likes to spend time with them. That just naturally indicates that he's patient. It's the vibe he puts out. And because he puts out that patient vibe to the universe and to the women, they can pick up on it and instantly they feel attraction for him. Reason number two, patience indicates what's known as an abundance mindset. An abundance mindset is pretty much when you know in the back of your mind that there are plenty of women out there who will be very willing to spend their time with you and who will just love you for who you are because of what you bring to the table and because of the confidence that you have within yourself. And because you display that confidence, when you're out with a woman and you really like her and for whatever reason it doesn't work out, you're not so attached. You're not so attached because you have that abundance mindset that if it weren't to work out with this one particular woman, there's plenty of other women who are just really craving your attention and affection. And because you are so grounded within that, your vibe that you give to these women isn't needy. It's not a scarcity mindset. It's a more patient and relaxed type of mindset. If you were talking on the phone with a woman and then she just interrupts you and says, I'm really sorry, I have to go right now, something popped up, but I'll call you later. You tell her it's fine. and then she doesn't call you for that day, and she doesn't call you for the next 2 days or whatever. And you know it's not an emergency. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, that's not a problem. She said she's gonna call back, so I'm expecting her to call back. She's gonna call back whenever she wants to. She's gonna call back whenever she has the time to. And I know she's gonna miss me. She can't forget about me. And because you have that type of mindset, you're not gonna try to force and chase after her. Oh my God, where did she go? She said she was gonna call back, but she didn't. Oh my God, I'm panicking. And then when she eventually does reach out to you, and because you expect it and you're so confident in that, you treat her with enthusiasm when she reaches out to you. And after the conversation, she's just really vibing with you, and she senses that there's no drama from your end as opposed to every other guy. So she thinks to herself in the back of her mind, it's just different with this guy. He's not a pushover. He's not overbearing. He's not drama. He's not asking me, why didn't you call? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? It feels effortless and easy. Because it feels effortless and easy, and she feels like you're bringing a patient and abundance mindset type of vibe to her, and that you know that you're a catch. It's not necessarily what you say, like I said, but your actions and your vibe that you give off. She's gonna be more inclined to spend more and more time with you. And because you're more valuable, because you don't chase, unconsciously even, she's gonna go and start chasing you more to gain more of your validation and approval, because you're a challenge. You have an abundance mindset, plus you're challenging and you're not easily won over. And that's super, super attractive to women. And maybe also when she doesn't hear you for a couple of days, she thinks to herself, what if another girl's talking to him? What if another girl got his attention? I haven't been talking to him for a couple of days. Holy shit, maybe I should reach out to him. The idea is, because you're a high value man, you give that vibe off. And because you give that vibe off, she assumes that other women like you too, which if you give off that vibe correctly, she will assume that. And once she does, you're golden. It's like you're a rare and hot commodity. Women love that, even though they don't say it. Reason number 3, patience indicates higher value. There was this one time where I was out with a woman. She was pretty attractive, and we went out on, this was the second date. And then during the date, she was asking me, I really like you. Where do you see this going? And me being me, just honest, I was like, I really like you too. I like your vibe, and we're vibing, but let's just see what happens. It's too early for me to determine. So I just changed the subject. You know, the date was going really well. The vibe was nice. The dynamic was nice between us. We were flirting. It was fun. It was playful. No drama. And so later on in the date, she brought it up back herself, and she told me, even though that threw me off, I respected you more as a man because you were honest with me. You didn't just tell me that you loved me or that you're in love with me after just 2 dates. Because believe it or not, she's had guys in the past tell her that they were in love with her after just 2 dates. Or even like 2 weeks. I can't remember what it was. It's just ridiculous. And because she knows it's fake, when you do the complete opposite, even if she might not like it, she'll respect it more. Why? Because when you say something along those lines, it indicates 2 things. Number 1, that you're patient, which we just said, and high value, of course. Number 2, that you're really honest and you're taking your time. The fact that you're taking your time and you're not rushing into things, that immediately makes you more attractive. Attractive traits are composed, they're cool, they take their time. Unattractive traits are trying to rush everything and just get them down into a commitment and ask them a million questions, and they're drama, they're all this bad fucking vibes that you don't want to deal with. But the opposite to that is composure. It's patience. You're not blowing up her phone, you're taking your time. You're telling her, I really like you too, but let's see what happens. Let's see if we continue vibing. And because you say that, you're just naturally more attractive and you're naturally a challenge. You're not just saying this to win their approval. Oh, maybe I should just be patient so I can get this girl to like me. No, you're patient because you're actually not entirely sure if you want to spend, if you want to commit to them. You're not sure if you want to commit to them because you don't know them well enough yet. And maybe you're not even emotionally ready. Maybe you don't know if you're emotionally ready. Maybe you're waiting for the perfect person to just, come into your life and just knock your socks off. Whatever it is, the idea is you're patient, you're taking your time. That by itself is challenging and therefore attractive. And that's why patience indicates higher status. A man of lower status, you'll think he'll do something like that? Fuck no, he won't. He just tried to lock these women down into a commitment from just a couple of times of seeing them, and they just feel like it's too overbearing to deal with. They're like, this is attractive. I don't feel like I have space, and I feel like I'm suffocated. I feel like I'm being forced into a commitment, and it just doesn't feel natural. And because it just doesn't feel natural, I'm gonna back off from it. It feels emotionally scary to me. It doesn't feel emotionally convincing. Make sense to you? Also, don't forget, back to the rushing aspect of, men trying to rush these women into commitments. Women, especially the really attractive ones, are used to guys just trying to force them into a commitment. She posts a picture on Instagram or whatever, and then multiple guys in her DMs are like, oh, are you available? Are you single? I want to see you. And they're just trying to get her to commit. And obviously, because they're not giving her a powerful emotional reason to commit to these particular men, she's not interested in any of that. Sure, it gives her validation and she's used to that validation, but what you want to do is be the complete opposite of those guys. You want to be genuine in terms of your patience and in terms of the standards that you have for yourself. And because you're a more high status man, you'll just naturally attract her. Always remember, the most natural approach is always the best approach. If you want to get good with women, you have to get naturally good with women. If you want to be patient, you have to be naturally patient. The ways to naturally be patient that I've just outlined for you make it pretty simple in order for you to attract the women that you really, really like. I'm on your side, man. I'm trying to help you. So in a nutshell, guys, patience to women is extremely attractive because it indicates that you are higher status, that you have an abundance mindset, and that you are not needy. Apply these the right way with the right women and do it in a natural way, and slowly but surely you're going to attract the women of your desire in no time. So if you found this video valuable, make sure you hit that like button and you also subscribe below. Make sure you also turn on the bell notifications so you get immediate notification when I release my new content. Also comment down in the comment section below for future videos and content that you'd like me to cover. Go to www.dopelifecoaching.com. We still have free consultations for first timers, so make sure you take immediate advantage of that offer. And I will see you soon. Implement these principles as soon as you can with the women that you want, and you will see that you'll get the best results in no time with the women of your choice. Take care.